live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Close your eyes. Imagine a room that doesn't just look beautiful, it feels alive. The lighting is perfect, the energy is electric, and the scent of gourmet creation is in the air. Now look around. You aren't just checking the kitchen or hovering over the guest list. You're in the moment. You're the life of the party. Welcome to the world of irresistible events and catering. In a city built on spectacle, we specialize in spectacular. At Irresistible Events and Catering, we just don't fill plates, we curate memories, because our philosophy is simple, elegant, and absolute. We plan, cater, and style any event. Why settle for ordinary when you can have the irresistible? Elevate your event at irresistibleeventslv.com. Hey, this is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip-hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in. You're listening to Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Tune in to The Flow, where we're bringing you the best in hip-hop, R&B, and talk. Hey, thank you for tuning in. You have tuned into The Flow right here with Her Flow on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio, you guys. I tell you what, it has been so hot outside, and I tell you that I've been drinking plenty of this agua, because I want to stay hydrated, not only hydrated physically, but mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I want to stay hydrated, and that's why we have this guest on our show today, because she is all of those things. She is all of those things. I'm going to bring her on right here in a few seconds. Go ahead. Hey, Nikki. Hey.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have you on. Oh, my God. Virtual hug all the way from L.A. Yes. Las Vegas to LA. Yeah, let's go. Nikki, listen, I'm going to do your introduction and I have to read it because there's so much that you've done that I want to make sure I don't miss a drop. But welcome and thank you for coming on. So Nikki Jones is a queer artist from Dallas, Texas, now based in Los Angeles, chasing a lifelong dream of making music, blending dark pop and alternate rock. Her sound pulls inspiration from legends like Amy Winehouse, Joan Jett, and Motley Crue, with a modern pop edge inspired by Justin Timberlake. Through honest lyrics and high-energy music, Nikki hopes to create a space where people feel seen, while encouraging others to prioritize their mental health and unapologetically be themselves. I love it. Let's start off with that. That was amazing. So thank you for coming on The Flow right here with Her Flow. And Nikki, oh, absolutely. I wouldn't have had it any other way. When I thought of like, okay, yeah, that's who I want. So listen, I met you on the beach when we were in Los Angeles.
Yes.
And it was right on Pacific Coast Highway. And we had a really good time. Tell the people how we met. It's so funny. I got to tell that story. But now now you're kin. Now you're my sister, so it doesn't matter. So tell people how we met.
It was actually really funny because I had pulled into the parking lot, and mind you, at the beach, if you don't get there early, you're not going to find parking. Well, I saw a sliver of a spot, and Flo's car was like right over the line, and I was like, okay. Maybe if I can find whose car this is, and she just happened to walk up, and from inside my car, I was like, "Is that your car?" And you were like, "Got it." I was like, "Could you move it over?" And then you did, and I pulled up, and I gave you a little pineapple seltzer.
Yes, it was so good.
We just had a good chat. We've just been together ever since.
And it was just like such an energy. Like it wasn't like, because I'm like, okay, did I do? Because the sand and stuff. I'm like, did I go over the line? Oh, probably. And I'm like, I'm not one of those people because I just don't like a lot of like drama and confrontation. I like really good energy. So I'm like, well, yeah, of course. Like let me pull over. Let me get out there so we can pull over. And then after that, it was just like we just bonded. And I was like, I need a hot dog. Do you know, is there anywhere I could go get? And
I was texting you. I was like, I found they're selling some. They're cooking some at this tent.
Yeah, I remember. And then you call me. I mean, you text me. You were like, "Hey, Flo, where are you? You got, we got to get hot dogs over here or whatever." And so after that, I just like really, and I want to thank you for giving your time to me because I know your beautiful wife wants you to. And so I just want to thank you for giving time to me. Let's talk. So you are a musician and entertainer and in LA, but how long have you been doing that? Because I know you say you came from Texas. So give me a little backdrop story.
Yes. So I've been doing this. I have been a performer for, since I was 14, right? So my backstory is a little interesting. I come from a military family, so I moved all over the world, including places like Mexico City, Lima, Peru. To be eight and living in Peru is such a crazy experience. It sounds like a movie, you tell people that now and they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. But when I was about 14, that's when I put out my first cover album. It's not available anywhere. I don't think. I've made sure to take it down
I don't know. We gotta check.
You know what I mean? Anyways, it was my first like little project, and I had started performing around Mexico City just to open mics and things like that. It wasn't really until 2019 that I really started to take this journey of being a musician seriously. One of my best friends, his name is Rio Eastman. In college, we formed our very first band. We ran around town for 5 years, kind of like took over the local music scene. And I think I just really in about 2024 had kind of come to a point where I realized I'd hit a wall. Obviously, being a queer artist in a red state, it's not really
say no
the
more.
environment. Yeah, it's not really the environment that I was going to be able to thrive in. I mean, my early music was more like rock and like blues kind of mixed. I put out a song, I think in 2025, kind of before I left, called Holy Water. And if you listen to that one, well, I'm not talking about that. So, but coming again from the place that I was in, a lot of it just was not well received the way that it already has been here, just like showing, new friends,
Mad
like that
love.
song. And yeah, exactly. So my wife and I, we've been planning to move here for the last like 2 years. And so, I took the last 2 years before coming here because we've only been here now for not even 5 months. And I took the time to really kind of figure out what sound is authentic to me, right? Remove everybody else's voices, judgment, what kind of box everybody wants to put me in, what is authentic to me. And so I do have a song coming out in September. It's called Vampire Sex Club. And
we're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm going to get into the tea.
We will. But this is a genre blend of that dark pop and like rock and roll kind of really mixed together in such a beautiful way. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, that's kind of my story as a musician. I didn't go to school for music. I have a degree in psychology. I started my early career. I was a case manager for adult behavioral health and then child and family behavioral health. So
yeah, we got some things in common too, because I did case management for a while too for domestic violence. So yeah, we got we definitely got some things in common. Yeah, and I've been through my share of life and stuff like that. So we definitely got a lot of things in common. But what I want to say to you is that I was so proud of you. Even after we talked, the excitement and the energy from you, like I just was like, yep, this is my sister. Yep. Because I have the same type of energy. Yes,
you do. Yeah.
I have the same type, and it's like like-minded. Yes, and like I put a lot of things in the universe, and I just like really wait them to fall because I really believe in manifesting, and I believe in like master manifesting. Like what you put out is what you get in. Even for yourself, I just believe that, right? And when you start doubting yourself, like, come on now, like you gotta.
Everybody else will too.
Everybody else will too. So you got to make sure that you're loving on yourself. And that's one of the things, the next topic that I wanted to get on, because I know we talked about self-love for yourself and things like that. And so I want to know, how did you get on that journey where we were talking about early when it came to self-love? And I do want to go back to some of the questions that I did want to ask you, because I told you, I said, this is the flow. So we don't really, flow on things, right? So I want to talk about, when you talk about self-love, what does that really mean for you?
So, and I love talking about this because when you're born, you're not taught to hate yourself, right? But you're also not taught to love yourself. You kind of just exist. And it's the environment that you grow up in that really fosters what that all means to you. I had my fair share of just, bad life experiences and bullying and whatever. But it
Mm-hmm.
really wasn't until the last 3 years that I went on fully this self-love journey, and I honestly owe everything to this one book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
If you are somebody that is struggling with self-esteem or just feel like, you're confused as to what your purpose is in life, you don't have to be an artist. You can be a lawyer, a doctor, anybody can do that book. But it
Mm-hmm.
really, really changed my perspective on knowing how important it is to have that inner pillar of strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you finally break free from the realization that, like, you don't need to be what everybody's beauty standard is, right?
Yes.
You don't need to fit into anybody's box.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, all of the choices that you make and the things that you do in your life should lead you back to a place of peace, inner
Yes.
peace.
I believe that.
And I think that's what self-love is. Self-love is not letting anybody control you or influence you. You have to just be unapologetically yourself, no matter what that means, even if people think that you're crazy. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
matter.
Mm-hmm.
Because if
Mm-hmm.
you're happy, I mean, obviously, don't be killing people, but, if you're happy, right?
That's all
That's the
that
most
matters.
important thing. That's all that
Mm-hmm.
matters. All that
Yeah,
matters.
that's all that matters. And I kind of, if you don't mind if I add to that, I
No, go
just kind
ahead.
of want to add. And I went on my whole, it took me, oh my God, it took me years. It was like the train, the Amtrak train, it's only supposed to take like, but it didn't
Yeah.
matter. It was my journey, so I didn't have a time frame. You see, we and I'm really on the same page where you are. Like, I thought that there was a time frame to this journey, and there's not, because we're consistently learning things, consistently elevating. And what I had to do for me that I want to share with you too, because yeah, you're here, and I just love you already. But what I had to share with you is that for me, I had to realize that I was becoming the higher version of myself every single time that I went through things. Right, this was preparing me, or this was teaching me a lesson on the higher version of myself. And then also, like, I had to go back to that little girl that had the trauma and say, hey, listen, you don't have to worry anymore. I got us now. It was so powerful for me to go back to that little girl, cry with her, talk to her, hold her, console her, cry with her, that little girl that was injured and
Yes.
hurt, and say, don't worry about it. I know, I got you now. And then I look at that higher version of me and say, I know you're waiting for me. I'm going to give you what you deserve from me. And so,
Right.
and this current me it's a trilogy. It's a trilogy of me that is constantly becoming the higher version of myself and loving every minute of it. And that's why I say I don't even have a box. When we talk about, oh yeah, you're inside the box, I threw it away. Like, I threw away. I threw it
Yeah.
away. And so now, and it took me this long, or this short of a time, however you want to look at it, half glass, half empty, half full.
Glass half full. Yeah.
It doesn't matter, because it took me this long of a time to say, you know what? I don't give a shit. I'm going to be who I want to be, what I want to be, when I want to be. If I'm not your tribe, go find your tribe. But my tribe will find me, because I'm going to be authentically me. And that set me free, regardless of whether it was, and I'm talking about just in recent, like, just I'm always like searching for the better version of me, and always trying to be the best for me. Because I know if I do that, what else is there? What else is there but growth? What else is there but meeting people like you that are on the same journey? And so I love that. Nothing to people that are not on my journey. It's okay. That's your journey, right? And some people are there for a lifetime, and some people are there for just to teach you. They're a mirror image of where you're aligned at. And you find out, oh, that's where I was aligned at. I didn't love myself that much on that part right there. That's why I ended up being in that space. Yes. But when you start really loving yourself, you go, oh, now I'm aligned with this. You can tell when there's growth, because you can tell the things that you're allowing, what you allow, what you don't allow, and what you allow in and what you allow out. And so I knew that, at that point I was at the place of awareness and wanting to grow. And so that's what I wanted to share with you. And people that are like minds are on the same journey. I'm meeting people that are on the same journey that I am. And I'm grateful that lets me know where I am in alignment. So I thank you for sharing that with me so much, because again, like, you're stuck with me. I told you that when we when we
We're
first
we're
met.
locked in, yeah.
Yeah, we're locked in. So tell me this, because I know that what is the hardest part? Let's go over some of the things you've already done. And before we go on, I want to let people know where they can find you, because I do not want to forget that sometimes. I never do, but I also want it to be on the forefront of where people can find your music,
Yeah.
where they can find you on social media. And then we'll go back into the tea if you don't mind.
Perfect. Well, real quick, thank you for sharing with me. You really spoke to my soul just now because I had some very like parallel conversations literally last night and this morning about just your
Mm-hmm.
inner child, and again, you attract the energy that you put out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to find my social medias, I am mainly on Instagram at Nikki Niki.Jones Joans music. And then Spotify is the same thing, Nikki Jones Music. But yeah, so that's where you can find me.
Okay, Nikki Jones Music. You guys make sure that you go there. And if you missed the first part of the show, please go back. You can find us at YouTube, X, just everywhere. I'm everywhere. Just look for The Flow with
Gotta
Her
be.
Flow on Hot 702.5. So, and one thing I want to talk about, because I'm of the LGBTQIA, et cetera, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera
The
community.
alphabet mafia,
The
as I call
alphabet,
it.
yeah. So kind of one of the things that I do want to talk about is that, the self-love, the inner love. When you talk about your journey on the inner love, let's talk about how you transformed being a queer musician to someone who is like really confident in your music. Because I know, what kind of challenges have you had being a queer artist? I'm pretty sure that just tell me about some of the challenges that you've had being in the industry and being a queer performer and entertainer.
Yeah. So, and I love that question because, especially again, coming out of Texas, right? That's where I felt it the most. Um, and it wasn't always a sense of people are like, like it's just straight up hate criming me, but it was a very, very particular energy, right? That I would pick up on from other bands, right? Who were all like, I don't know, straight, or because I was really only like the only like lesbian fronted band.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few other female bands in the scene, but not really. And if they were queer, they didn't really talk about it. But I was
Mm-hmm.
very open about like who I am as a person. Cause like you said earlier about the whole thing of like your tribe will find you. That's why I've never tried to shy away from, especially when I put out Holy Water, tried to shy away from showing people who fully I am, right? Because the next levels of your life are never going to be unlocked if you're not being 100% yourself.
That's correct.
Um,
Yep.
and I think it definitely brought a lot of weird attention from men specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be candid, I'll tell this story because I already nipped this in the ass, but I had a bassist that I had kind of hired last minute. We were playing a really big show, and I ended up having to kind of let my previous bassist go, and we had a couple weeks left. Found this guy, right? He seemed, I mean, good enough. Well, excuse my language. I messed up on
You could say it. You
not
could say it. This
okay.
is the
Well,
flow.
I
You can
fucked
say it.
up
Let's
because
just be
that's
candid
exactly what
here. Yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I fucked up because
Yeah.
I did not vet him well enough.
Mm-hmm.
I welcome him, into my home around my wife, my other queer friends, and the night of the big show, he got really drunk, and then I found out that he was talking about how he had a fetish for flipping lesbians. So when I heard that, mind you,
I'm not
during the
surprised.
show,
Yeah, I'm not
no,
surprised.
right?
Yeah. Mm.
Disappointed but not surprised. That's how you have
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
Um, Mind you, during the show, nobody told me anything because they didn't want to upset me, which I really respect. But I told my people, I'm like, no, if y'all see something, say something. Because I would have
Mm-hmm.
checked his ass and I would have put him in a corner until the show
Mm-hmm.
started.
Mm-hmm.
But by the
Mm-hmm.
time we got back to the house afterwards, I pulled him into my studio. I told him, I don't know what the hell you think this is, but here's your money, here's your t-shirt, get out of my house.
Absolutely.
So it's just this weird level of disrespect. I
Mm-hmm.
think because there's not a lot of queer people in Texas that are at least out and very much open in the scene. It's like people forget how to treat you.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Yeah.
not a real
Yeah.
person. Like there aren't
Yeah.
real like repercussions to your actions.
Mm-hmm.
Um I will say now being in Los Angeles, I am just surrounded by queer musicians. There is an abundance
They're
of it out
everywhere.
here. They're
It's
everywhere.
LA is just that's what it is though, really.
It's so free, and I love
Yeah.
it because it makes
Yeah.
me feel like for the first time I have a real community behind me. And it's not to say that
Mhm.
I'm like best friends with everybody, but having representation is so important. And there are a lot of, people out here to connect to that have had the same experiences as I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say again, the biggest challenge is just I really think sometimes I have play in my face written on my forehead.
Let me
And
tell you, it's not just in the entertainment industry though, because I've had some
I'm
experiences in my
sure.
life with that too. But however, this is the thing, like people have to be responsible for their own actions and their own behavior, right? They can't blame it on the homophobia or whatever the case may be. That's some insecurities in you that I think you need to check because it has nothing to do with me. I'm doing nothing but being myself. And so we all have, we're humans and we all breathe the same air because I promise you if the air just stopped working today in the atmosphere, we would all go. So it
We would all
doesn't
die
really
the
matter.
same.
We breathe. Yeah, some of us have the same blood type. We're different colors, different. Like it just like. It's so crazy to me, but those are things like, unfortunately, those are those generational things that have been taught, and then people take on their own insecurities, and then they want to project and put them on you. And so I found like authentically, I'm gonna be myself. If that's not your cup of tea, don't drink out of it. So you have choices, just like I have choices, right? And so we don't have to. We don't even have to be around each other. You can go your way, I can go my way, and that's that. You know what I mean? And so I stop. And I say on every show that, unfortunately, we become patchwork quilts of the things that we've been through. And I usually say that on every show because I really want people to get it.
I like
we
that.
become
I like it a lot.
patchwork quilts of our atmosphere, our parents, and then we become people pleasers, our teachers, and everybody when we're kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't learn to be free thinkers as children. We learn to please. Are you pleased, mommy? Are you pleased? Or our partners.
Are you happy with me?
Are
Am
you
I
happy
good?
with? That's right. And so that's what we project. It's so that people will say, oh, you're so good, or oh, you did so well. But the art of learning to love yourself, I don't even give a shit no more. I've gotten to the point, because I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have people in your family. People are just waiting to hear sometimes something bad. They don't want to hear the good stuff. Oh, she's doing well, or they don't want to hear that. Because people innately sometimes thrive on
misery loves company.
Yeah, and you can tell the ones that are miserable because they're waiting for something miserable. The ones that are happy for you. They want to see, like, oh my God. And you can tell. You can tell jealousy, you can tell misery, you can tell. And guess what? What I want people to know is we all got the same 24 hours in a day.
We do.
The same. We we may not have been through the same experiences, but I can tell you we've been through some. And so my job as a human being is to love on people and hope the best for them. Even if they're not on the same journey as me, I want your journey to be good for you. And that's what's gotten me to the point of, okay, well, it's cool. Like if you don't, but don't disrespect. Don't disrespect, because your rights end where mine begin. So I'm not going to disrespect you as well. Right?
Like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. So, and at the end of the day, I just feel like I was so happy to have you because, you being in a minute, I'm actually a singer as well. I won't sing. I sing every show, but I probably
Why
sing,
not?
but I've been singing just about all my life. I started singing as a little girl. I played on the Strip for a while here, sang on the Strip with a band here in Las Vegas, had a band back when I was at home. I auditioned, played Dorothy and the Wiz at the Regal Theater in Chicago, did some different things. They're closed down now, but I did like a lot of different, played Dorothy, I Do Annie, I did Oklahoma as a young girl. And so I've always been in theater. I've always been in entertainment. I just completed a movie that's going to be on Tubi, I'm hoping, and some other networks, hopefully Amazon Prime. I don't know exactly where it's going to be yet. But
Fingers
however,
crossed.
I just finished. I know it's going to be on one of those. I know it's going to be on the networks, but I just don't know where. But I'm so excited. It was my first movie role, sis. Like my very first movie role. I played a supporting role. So I'm super excited, looking to do more. But I want to get back into you. And so now with your music now, I know that you play in LA because I really want people to know where you play at because I'm actually coming to see you and I'm giving you some events that I'm hosting here soon, but we'll get out of that.
Yes.
But I want to know let people know where you're playing at. And then I also want to talk about your music. Let's talk about your music when we get done with that.
Perfect. So it's really interesting. So when I was in Dallas, I mean, I played all over the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. We were kind of everywhere, but since coming out here, my mindset has completely shifted, right? In a sense of to get shows in Dallas, you kind of had to wait for a promoter to come find you. I'll be damned before I wait for somebody else to try to come pick me up. I truly
That's right.
believe that no one will put you on the map faster than yourself. So my wife
Mm.
and I, who was I saw in the chat, hi baby. She and I
Hi,
opened
wifey. Thank
up.
you for letting me borrow for a few minutes.
We actually opened up our own LLC 2 weeks ago. It is called
Yay!
Tulips Productions, which is
Mm.
not like the flower. It's like tulips
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Productions
I get
LLC.
it. Yep.
But anyway, so it is our first event is actually going to be one of my first shows. And it's going to be
Yes.
in October. I'm still kind of working out the details on date and venue, but I've already got a lineup picked out. I've already got a sponsor that I'm meeting with next month.
That is amazing.
I'll have mainly backing track, but a live guitarist and a drummer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of insane to be like, yeah, I haven't played anywhere yet, but I'm just gonna throw my own massive show. But like we said, the power of words and manifestation is
That's it.
everything.
Yeah. If you say
Everything.
you're not going to do something, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do it.
You're
And
not
that's
gonna do
why I
it.
stopped speaking to myself like that. I stopped speaking to her like that.
You can't.
Because, even on the days where I feel like, because I have ups, down days or whatever the case may be, but they're all to teach me how to love myself more. That's all. It's just
Exactly.
those days that I feel like, I just go, you know what? You need to love on yourself more, Flo. Let's do this. What do you need? A hot bath? What do you need? Some bowl bath?
Yes.
You need to walk in the park?
Right.
You need some yoga
Yeah.
land? Like, what do you need to exercise? Like, I find things because I'm the most important thing. If I don't have me, then I can't even spread the love that I want to spread because I don't have it in me. I don't
And then you
have it to
won't
give to me.
get that in return because again, you
Exactly.
attract the energy that you put out.
That you
100%.
put out. Let's talk about your music. Let's go there. So let's talk
Yes.
about Holy Water. I really want people. I gotta go play it in the car because I really know that you said one of them. They were like one of them was a sexual song. I think it's the Holy Water. Is that
It
the
is
one?
Holy Water,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk about it. What inspired it?
So the story behind it, I mean, I think it's pretty good. So the whole concept is, you know, that queer people do exist within the church. My wife grew up very religious. Her
Yeah.
dad was a pastor, and one of the first lines is, I haven't talked to Jesus in a while, and I rarely ever go to church. I fell in love with the preacher's daughter. So it's basically a love story, right? And how a lot of kids who do grow up in religious environments are obviously closeted for safety reasons 9 out of 10 times, right? Because when you're so young and you only have your family, it's the worst feeling in the world to feel like if I show everyone who I truly am, I will lose everything, right?
Yeah.
Because from the ages of when you're born to 18, like you are relying on that like familial system, and so it's kind of a love story between the preacher's daughter and another girl in the small town, and how the preacher's daughter obviously has an image to uphold, but in my experience it's like the kids who are highest up in the church end up being the ones who are the baddest. You know what I mean?
Queerest.
Like, the queerest, the baddest, yeah.
I can tell you from my experience, I was one of the queer ones in the church.
Yes, so you get it, right? And so it's kind of about like the whole, she's the kind of girl that gets fucked up after worship, then tells me I'm the worst. For being gay, and it's like, okay, but you're doing all of these crazy things, but you think I'm the worst because I'm gay. And then the song pretty much ends with she invites me over to her house when everyone's asleep, get into it, you know what I mean? One of the lines is something that pull over down the street, turn the headlights off, come over when my boyfriend's not awake. And then in the bridge it's like, I know you think about leaving him when you're with me, but you wouldn't dare. It's good. It tells a story. It's a fun
I
song.
know. I like music that tells stories. That's my thing. You know, it's like that R&B
Yes.
pop. Like, is it? So I like a little bit of everything, and I think that because I'm gonna definitely have you come back. There are other people that are slow. When can I come back on? But you're definitely coming back on the show so that I can
for sure when I
play
get
your
this
music.
next
I want to
song.
play your music before you come back on. And I want us to like get a song together that that just fits where I'm at, fits where you're at, and let's just put it on the show. Let's put it on the show one day. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna play one commercial. We're gonna go to commercial break. We're gonna come back, and we are gonna get into the second song because I want to know what that's about. So we're gonna get into the second song. If you guys are listening, which I know you better be listening to her music. Okay, it's on Spotify, but you're listening to The Flow right here with Her Flow on Hot 702.5 FM Risky Radio. You guys come back with us.
I used to find my peace in your arms. Thought your love could shelter me from the storm. But silence got heavy, the truth in your eyes. You don't want forever, just passing time. I gave you soft when you gave me stone. Try to build a home where you never belong. Now I see clearer, it's all in view. What I thought I needed, I don't need from you. I outgrew you. Like daylight breaks the night, I outgrew you. Found my worth in my own light. No ring, no promise, but I'm not confused. Love's not supposed to make me feel you, so I'm stronger now. It's the honest truth. Kept me in shadows, hidden away. While your world shine bright in the brightest day, I won't be your secret, won't dim my flame. A real love won't ever put me to shame. I was the soft, I was the same, but peace don't live where respect is replaced. Now I'm walking forward, I know what to do, know what to do. The girl who once loved you, she outgrew you. Outgrew you. Like daylight breaks the night, I outgrew you. Found my worth in my own light. No ring, no promise, but I'm not confused. Love's not supposed to make me feel you, so I'm stronger now. It's the honest truth. To roll up, tell me what's the hold up. So get it. Let's talk about this now. I'll make it real loud. Hated problems, trust has fallen. Got folks calling my phone now. What you gon'
I know you run your sister, so I'ma just keep it crisp. Ooh-wee, believe me, I love what you got. But I'm young and I'm dumb, running straight to the top. Leave it, color-coded, with it. Love whenever you be showing emotion, yeah, that mean I got you. To be honest, ain't a lot of chicks that really top you. And you know I'm with it, nothing to lose. You got the juice, I be around some groupies, but I'm not into those. Yeah, I want you in the picture, but you changing your pose, banging me up, calling my phone, saying you know what I'm doing. You know you hard, you ain't moving. So tell them cats in them DMs, if I see him, my baby gon' be making a post that say free him. Cause your love worth 100 miles of running facts. Let me call this girl back.
Talk to Jesus in a while, and I rarely ever go to church. I fell in love with the preacher's daughter. She's got holy water in her purse. She's the kind of girl that gets fucked up after worship, then tells me I'm the worst. Then says come over after midnight, or when my boyfriend's not. Turn the headlights off down the street. No one can know you're over this late. And I told her, come over when you're sober. I miss the way you taste. With all the cigarettes and alcohol, your eyes don't look the same. God, I taste those cherry lips every time. She's got me up against the wall in her guest bedroom downstairs. I lay her down on those satin sheets while I whisper in her ear. I see the way that you look at me when you think I'm not aware. I know you think about leaving him when you're with me, but you wouldn't dare. And I told her, come over when you're sober. I miss the way you taste. With all the cigarettes and alcohol, your eyes don't look the same. God, I taste those cherry lips every time I say her name.
This is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in. Yeah. Thank you for tuning back into the flow with Her Flow right here at Hot 702.5 FM. You guys, you can find me here every Thursday at 4 p.m. blazing hot right here on this station, right? You guys, I got a lot of things coming up. I'm going to be talking about the next couple of weeks. I got some events in LA. We're going to be doing, oh my God, it's going to be awesome. So just keep following me. Find out what's going on. We got a Virgo party coming up in LA at Club Kiso. So I'll let you guys know about that real soon, that I am hosting along with the Real Miss Diva, and we are hosting and we're doing things. Atlanta has a pride right now this weekend. It's going to be all weekend, so if you're thinking about going to Atlanta, please go to the Real Miss Diva and look it up, because it's going to be hot, y'all. It's fire. All right, we're going to bring our guest back on, Miss Nikki Jones. Hi. I'm almost in tears too.
I know. I'm like, I love you so much.
Listen, girlfriends, it was amazing. And
You
I'm
liked
not just
it?
blowing. I do not blow smoke. Ask
Okay.
anybody that know me. They know I'm very blunt to the point. I didn't like it. I loved it. I loved it.
God.
I'm into all kind of music, so it was fire. Like, yes.
Could you hear the story?
Hold on. Stop. Yes. Okay, we're going to get you on the Grammys. Yes. I love it. If you're listening to her, that was Nikki Jones, and she's on Spotify. And you can find her on social media, and we'll go through that again where you can find her again. So that way you can listen to Holy Water. Yeah, I can relate to that story.
I like to make relatable songs.
That's all I'm saying. I can relate to the story. Nikki, that was amazing. Thank you for sharing. Listen, we're going to talk about your other song that you got going on, because I really think that you're going places, big places. If there are any A&R reps from the music industry that heard that song, you guys, please put her out there, because she deserves to be out there. You guys deserve it. You guys going to make your share of money too. Don't play with me. So anyway...
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, queer artists are really doing big things in the LGBTQIA community, right? We have our R&B artists. We have The Artist, who is doing big things. We have KWN, who's doing big things. We have a lot of different artists. Jan, shout out to Jan, who struts all the time. We're talking about Jan. He's doing his thing on TikTok and doing other shows. We got all these different, and now we have Nikki Jones. So I'm really excited that we're doing so many things in the community, and I just want to give you love. So let's talk about this next song, Nikki, that you got. Let's talk about it. Tell me about what it means. How were you inspired from it? Tell me.
So I will say that all of my songs are inspired by my wife. She is my muse. Our lifestyle is very different than most people. So to start again with Holy Water, that was a song that, like, I, for the first time, had to get comfortable putting my truth and my sexuality out there, because me making breakup songs and songs about really hard shit, like, as much as I do love that, it's not everything that I do. So specifically for this new one, Vampire Sex Club, so my wife is a pro dominatrix. I'm talking.
I used to want to do that.
You can, and let me tell you something. There is a lot of money to be made.
Yeah, I used to want to. That was one of the things that I want. I used to be. Well, we'll go into that story. But I used to be a dancer years and years ago. But I was good at it. What I did, but I did it. I made my money. I have no regrets. I mean, none. I have absolutely no regrets. So, but yeah, tell me about what is, like, absolutely, when you say what it is she is again, because I know it's the dominatrix. But what is it called again?
She is a pro or professional dominatrix.
Okay, pro dominatrix.
Yeah,
okay.
She works out of a dungeon space.
Wow.
She has like paid clients, and it's really a form of therapy. Like, I know people hear that and they're like, "Oh, so you're just smacking people left and right." Well, yeah, if they want that, but
everybody wants something different,
Everybody wants something different.
Yeah.
Yes, and so I do participate. We do work together as pro doms.
Okay.
However, because I have like my music career, that's more of my focus, but
Mm-hmm.
that is still a part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And the best way that I thought I could showcase it was in a song.
Mm.
So if you liked Holy Water, if you loved Holy Water, you're gonna lose your mind when Vampire Sex Club comes out. It's got that like Summer Love by Justin Timberlake.
Yes.
So that kind of beat that just makes you want to just
That feel to
dance.
make you want to dance. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. You know what's so funny? You
And
could still be a librarian. You can still be a teacher. You can still have 4 or 5 degrees and still have sex appeal and still be all these sexy, wonderful things. People have to be able. We're multifaceted people, right? And so a lot of times
yes.
people think, like I said, that goes back to the judgment of what people think you should be, but it's not your journey. Like walk your journey and be happy, and
Mhm.
be happy for me that I'm enjoying myself and my journey. Yes, let's do that. Let's be happy.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm not, listen, I'm not ashamed of anything that I've ever done or want to do or whatever. It was my journey and I'm glad that I took it. So thank you. If it wasn't your journey, girl, I'm going to support you on any journey that you're, are you happy? Okay, cool. That's all I
Yep.
want to know. So,
Mhm.
but that song it's kind of, it gives that, it gives that Justin Timberlake feel.
Yes, it gives the Justin Timberlake feel, but again, it's got those like 80s rock inspired guitars.
Yeah,
Um it just is the biggest thing about making music. I don't just make music to make music. I don't sing songs just to sing songs. What I want to do is make music that makes me feel alive. And,
exactly.
and in turn, it will bring that same energy to others.
Yeah,
My
because the
goal
energy's
is
in the
not
song.
the
Mm-hmm.
energy's in the song. Yeah. It's like
Mm-hmm.
somebody said future Grammy winner right there. I mean, hey, I'm coming. Watch out.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is not to be the most famous person in the world. My goal is to speak my truth.
Mm.
Period. Always
Yes.
through my music. And I've always been somebody that blends genres. Like I've never considered myself just a pop artist or just a rock artist. I'm kind of emerging into something new here. And so
Mm-hmm.
far, like I do have like a small demo. I can't play here, but I'll send it to you on the side later.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
but a lot of people have said, like, dude, I wish there were 10 more songs like this that I could just like keep listening to.
Yeah.
And that's great feedback because nobody owes me anything, to tell me that, oh, it's a good song. But like people really the feedback so far has been incredible, which makes me even more excited than I already am to put it out.
You should have seen
Um,
me dancing. I was in here when the song, I was like, yeah, I was telling my engineer, I was like, oh my God, I love it. I love it. Cause I'm into all
yes.
kind of music because I'm a singer and I'm just everything, pop, hip hop, R&B,
As long as it
rock,
makes you feel good.
everything. Yeah. Old, like the old school rock. I like some of that. Like I like a little bit of
Yeah.
everything. That's how music is made. Like you hear all these samples from like
Hmm.
all these old school songs from back in the 70s and 80s. You hear that because music is music and they're
Yes.
still sampling music, some of the old stuff, you know what I mean? So music just
Exactly.
inspires people differently, and so that's why music is like across the board, it
Yeah,
crosses
100%.
barriers, right?
It
Rivers and
does.
lakes. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And if
yeah.
it's not telling a story in the lyrics, it's telling a story in the melody. And I don't know why I didn't mention him, but one of my favorite artists is J. Cole. And the way that every song he has tells some kind of
Mm-hmm.
story. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
locked in, like the 2014 like Forest Hills Drive album, like that lives in my head rent free and will forever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just think it's so important to, because here's the thing, and we could get into this, later, but with again AI becoming such a huge part of just like everyday life, it
Mm-hmm.
is so important that artists in any capacity don't let that discourage them, because what is happening, right, is people are going to start craving tangibility and real experience. And yeah, an AI thing can come in and make a good song, but like it's not my story.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not
Mm-hmm.
anybody's story. You know what I mean?
Exactly. AI
And
made it, so it's AI story.
it's
Mm-hmm.
AI story,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not Nicki Jones' story, right?
Mm-hmm.
And something that people have been saying for the last couple years is like the live music scene is dying, but I think that this is the perfect time to start bringing that shit back, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
again, like seeing people live in person is going to become a novelty experience,
Mm-hmm.
because you can't connect with a robot. I mean, you can play the song, but you can't go see them live. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Which is why
yeah.
when I'm performing, like my shows are kind of crazy. I turn into a comedian on stage. I just do whatever the hell I want to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I do put a lot of time and work into making sure my sets are tight, But I don't care if I mess up on a string or you hear my voice crack because it's real. Because
it's
that's
real.
How you know
it's you. It's you.
And I'm in the room and we're together and it's us. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is the first song, this Vampire Sex Club that I have coming out. This is the first song that I have, like, again, those like Justin Timberlake beats in, and it makes me want to dance. Like, I want to hear it in a club, which is why I'm throwing the event that I'm throwing so that I can hear it in the club.
I really want to try to come to the event, but we're going to talk about that later. Listen, Nikki, we only have like maybe 20 seconds to go, so I just really want to thank you for coming on, and I'm going to bring you on again. Please get some more music to me if you can, if you don't mind. I need you to give me a Nikki Jones t-shirt so I can wear it right here on Hot 702.5. If anybody else wants one, you got to get your own. I could tell you where to get it from. Nikki's going to make some t-shirts so we can wear them. And so, we have been listening to. Thank you, Nikki, for coming on. I appreciate you. Hugs, please. Hugs. And I'll talk to you in a little bit.
Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Hey, we had Nikki Jones on here, and she has a couple of songs you guys should go listen on Spotify. I just want to thank you. And before I get off, you guys, if you need dental work done, please, let me know. Go to my page, which is Her Flow. You can go to TikTok, and you can look up the Flow. You're going to see my QR code there, and work with Supreme Dental. I'm getting some work done. I can't wait. I'm working on my thing. They are a fabulous team. Supreme Dental, Her Flow. You'll see my QR code. You guys, I have to go. It was so great, you guys, joining me today, and my guest was amazing. Please, make sure you subscribe to Hot 702.5 FM, and I'm right here every Thursday at 4 p.m. blazing hot. You've been listening to The Flow right here with Her Flow. See you next week. Hey, this is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip-hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in.